Hey everyone, welcome to the S&P 500 video. So I want to take a look at the little pullback that we had, put things into perspective a little bit, but also want to take a look at, kind of where things are, of course, give it a little bit of an update on where I'm at, looking at the market. Before I get into any of this, as you can see on your screen, it's not financial advice, not financial advisor. You are responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and this is just my opinion on the market. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm not too crazy bearish just quite yet, and I want to talk about why. So let's go ahead and move into the charts. All right, so I've got here, the same S&P chart that we've been going over for the last, couple weeks now. All right, and we've got a nice channel here, right? This channel seems to be good. I'm still committed to this being a 1, ABC into the 2, 3 down into the 4, and then we've got a 1, 2, and then you can see here we hit that 175. We overextended just a little bit. We did make an all-time high. That worked out okay. Now we're pulling back. All right, that's kind of to be expected, though, wouldn't you say? It's kind of to be expected that when we hit an all-time high, that we do a little bit of a pullback at least, right? We pulled back a little bit, and people start to freak out. They're like, all right, I'm shorting the top. And, we've also talked about that as well, that I don't think this is, I don't think this is the top, right? I think we go higher. But let's just kind of zoom in here and just kind of take a look at things. If this is a wave 3, all right, let me just kind of get rid of these guys here. I'm going to clean up this chart just a little bit. I'm going to remove this resistance level, as it will continue to be resistance, at least for the time being. We're currently below it, right? That's sitting right around 3380 to 3382. Now that 175 was sitting right there. We tapped that. We went a little bit higher, right? So let me just kind of tag this just so that we can kind of get this just right. All right, so we topped out here at 33.95.75. All right, so I'm just going to kind of pull this down an extra 25 cents just to get that just right. 33.95.75, that's where we topped out. And I'm looking at the ES. I'm looking at the E-mini futures on the S&P 500. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. Now, let's take a look at where our retrace is. If this is a wave 3 that we just completed, we should be going back to the 382. All right, so we should be going down to the 382, which is currently at 32.38.25. So 32.38 approximately. Okay, that is above this pivot right here. So you would expect that a major pivot such as this would become pretty significant support as we're trading above it. Okay, we did have some consolidation here. We had a little bit of support there, a little bit of resistance, and then we basically tried to push down. We moved up and out of here. I'm going to remove this guy, just keep things clean. Okay, so I'm taking a fib from this bottom down here, this dominant pivot down there at 29.8350, all the way up to 33.95.75, and I've got this pullback target way down here at 32.38.25. All right, we've got lots of reasons why we would expect that to be support. So if we do happen to make our way down there, expect that to be support. Expect to have a bounce at 33, right? You would expect to have a bounce at 3,300, but ultimately I do think we come down here. Now, next question is, what's going on right now? What's going on in the count right now? Okay, so let's go ahead and dig into this. I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart here because what I could count here, I could count an easy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that this is a completed structure to complete an A. So we've got 5 waves down. I think we work up, and then we're going to find our way going back down in 5 more waves. Okay, now how high are we going to go here? All right, we also talked about this when we had this sell-off here. We talked about the area of invalidation, right, which was right around here, and I closed out of my short. I reopened it here, and I closed it at the open today. I'll probably get back into it, but what I'm looking at now, from the top here at 33.95.75, work on our way down, I'm going to watch for that 618 again, okay? Watch for that 618. And I'll be looking to enter in a short again at about 33.76. If we get up there, 33.76. Because another thing that I'm also seeing here is if this is 5 waves down, we would expect to go up in 3 waves. Okay, I'm going to change the degree on this because I'm going to show this as an ABC pattern right here. So we've got an A, B, C into the A, and then we've got a B, and then we should be doing an A, B, C here into this C, assuming we don't continue higher. Okay, so I'm going to change the color on this just for some contrast. I would expect something like this to happen. Like we're approaching it right now. Okay, we're getting close. Obviously, if we overtake this 618, chances are pretty good we're just going to keep going up, and this was just one big trap. The way that I'm counting this, though, I don't think we're done. Let's just take a look and see where SPY closed real quick. I don't usually do this, but I do want to take a look at SPY. Yeah, so we've got no gaps here, right? No gaps to close at this point. Honestly, at this point, there are, I don't think, let me go to a daily here. As far as upside goes, we've got no gaps to the upside to close. So there's no reason to say we have to go up because there's gaps. There's no gaps anymore. The last gap was this guy right here, and it's closed. Okay. Obviously, SPY is looking pretty good at the moment. Let's go back to our ES. Go back to our 15-minute that we were just looking at. Again, up here, this is where I would be very interested in opening another short at 33.76. So if you guys are watching, this is not financial advice. Please don't shut me down. I'm just looking at this as an area of resistance. What you want to do with your trades is up to you. If we get on the other side of this, even just a little bit, and you can take a look at the golden zone if you'd like. We'll put the 65 on there. All right, so let's just put the 65, 0.65, and we'll turn this one nice color of orange because that's going to be our golden zone right there, 33.78. So if we push up here into this, it seems like a good high probability area for there to be some resistance. Okay, and again, looking left, what do we have when we look left there at 33.78? We were talking about 33.80 just a minute ago. So we've got resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, support, support, spring support, and then we had a little bit of support there and it failed. So I would expect there to be some resistance in this area. Then what's our downside target for this? It's going to be 33.32. All right, so maybe this is it, and maybe we don't go any lower, right? Maybe we don't realize that target of 32.38. Maybe we stop here. Depending how long this takes, we may hit the bottom of this channel pretty nicely. That could be the finish of this move, and then we see another move higher. Possible that happens. It would be very interesting for us not to get all the way down here to 3,300, at least to the 236, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens. For now, the market's moving up, and so I'm going to be looking. Again, I'm going to be looking here below 33.80 to enter, a little bit of or at least to kind of reduce my exposure. But just kind of watching this to see what happens. Obviously, again, if we get above 33.80, so much is on a 15-minute time frame. Chances are it's going to just continue moving up, which would be really, really interesting. So that would basically say that this is not an ABC, but basically we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're working on a 3. So I mean, we could be going higher from here. Maybe this was it. We'll have to wait and see. We've got our area here that we have to watch for an area of invalidation on the short idea, which is going to be, again, anywhere between 33.76 and 33.80. That's where I'm watching. If we get above that, we're going to be just recovering. This is just going to be, I wouldn't call this a V-shaped bottom, but this is definitely going to be a recovery and a trap for bears, because again, we had a pretty decent sell-off into the close yesterday. Futures were bearish, right? And people yesterday were like, "Oh, I'm shorting this," and then the futures were bearish. They were like geniuses, and then now here we are again moving back up. So let's just wait and see what happens. I'm not going to get too aggressive on anything at the moment because, as I've been discussing on the Discord, which by the way, if you're not on the Discord, put a comment in the YouTube chat. I'm more than happy to invite you. Um, but as I was saying on the Discord, my level of invalidation for the bullish case is going to be down about 33 to 32. I don't remember exactly what the number was, but down here, if we start closing, right? So we were talking about that too. Closing a daily below these levels, I do start to get bearish. So we'll just have to wait and see. Take it one candle at a time. Um, but I think that's about it for right now that I wanted to get documented. Um, so again, if you have any questions, pop in the Discord. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you've got. And of course, wherever you're in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, good evening. If this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, and we will catch you all later.